Hey guys, and welcome to WrestleRant edition number 13. I am your host, Bleacher Report featured columnist GSM, here today to review SmackDown for September 9th, Friday, this past Friday. Sorry I haven't been active in the last 5 days or so. I've been really busy with school and such. I'm busy the last couple of days over the weekend. I was going to post this yesterday, but been really busy over the last couple of days, and this may be a pattern that continues over the next couple weeks / months as school's starting back up and such. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get videos up on time, if at all, such as I was never able to post a TNA Impact Wrestling review for this week. I've been so busy this past Friday and Saturday with such stuff. So, but I am here today on September 11th, the 10th anniversary of September 11th, 2001. My prayers and thoughts go out to anyone that was affected 10 years ago, so my respect out to them. And also here today, I am wearing my Nexus armband that I got from WWE Shop a couple months ago, before they went down to like $5 on WWE Shop. Got on a discount, might as well, before they completely go off sale. And I was looking on there yesterday, I might buy a couple, might buy a CM Punk mouse pad or something like that. New mouse pad anyway. But anyway, moving on. So we had SmackDown this past Friday kick off with the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship, Mark Henry, come out and claim his hunt for the championship come Night of Champions. Mark Henry, I am really starting to enjoy his promos that he's had over the last couple weeks / months. He's getting more aggressive and aggressive as time goes on, and this is no exception. Another very strong promo from Mark Henry. I thought, as much as I love Zack Ryder, I thought he was going to come in and kind of ruin this promo with his comedy or such, but he really showed some real emotion being in there with Mark Henry, being scared of him, and he also showed some guts by standing up to him and punching him in the face, only to be pummeled seconds later. But still, very nice addition to add Zack Ryder in there. But anyway, after that we had Ezekiel Jackson come out and challenge Mark Henry to a match, to our opening match of the night. This is something for anyone that's been following my Bleacher Report profile, my Bleacher Report articles, which you can check on the links below, by the way. For the last year or so, I've been anticipating a rivalry between Mark Henry and Ezekiel Jackson for at least maybe 9 to 10 months. These two have good chemistry since they're both big men, really strong, aggressive men. Kind of same persona. Ezekiel Jackson's face, Mark Henry heel. They would have a really good rivalry, in my opinion. I mean, the match was a little slow. Some people, there wasn't that much reaction, and the match was over in minutes anyway. It doesn't really bury Ezekiel Jackson per se, because he's been on a roll the last couple of weeks. But I'd like to see more from these two. I think they can accomplish something a little bit more. Maybe a feud in the near future after Henry's done with World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton. Maybe he can produce some better matches and such. But it does get Mark Henry over as a dominant heel after dominating some smaller opponents in recent weeks. So he gets over someone as big as Big Zeke, and it makes him look like a complete monster. So then, anyways, after that we had Sin Cara defeat Tyson Kidd in a match that we've seen at least a dozen times in the last couple of months. The match was a little bit exciting, not as many botches as I thought there were going to be, but we've seen it so many times, it's so repetitive that it doesn't really do anything for me anymore. It's the typical Sin Cara squash that we've come to see since Sin Cara's moved to SmackDown back in May. But then anyways, after that we had Daniel Bryan come out and challenge Sin Cara to a match next week on SmackDown. I was a little shocked to see Sin Cara cheered this week when he came out after he betrayed Daniel Bryan last week. I'm not sure what that was all about. But I don't really know what to think of this. Hopefully they can clear up the whole Sin Cara controversy. I mean, I'm coming to think that this Sin Cara right now will be revealed as Hunico, since he talked on the mic. And he doesn't sound like Sin Cara at all, since he doesn't even speak English. The real Sin Cara, Mystico. So hopefully they have a rivalry between the real Sin Cara and the fake Sin Cara. I'm not sure how the matches will go, since they're both botch fests, but they should have good chemistry though, given their Lucha Libre style, and hopefully they can clear up the controversy for the kids, and they know when to cheer and boo Sin Cara when he does face Daniel Bryan next week. So after that, we had Kelly Kelly, the Divas Champion, take on Natalya after what happened on Monday Night Raw. I called that in my review for Raw, that they were going to have a match pretty soon, and nothing happened on SmackDown. It was a decent match. My only flaw with this, Kelly obviously can't wrestle. I mean, I've come to rant about that every single edition. There has been a Divas match. And, you know, the main problem here is that Kelly can't run the ropes. It's a common thing these days with the Divas. If you go watch Impact Wrestling, neither can Velvet Sky. But Natalya carried most of this matchup. I wasn't expecting for anything really spectacular, but this was a decent match, and, you know, Kelly picking up all these wins. I mean, you would think that Natalya would win, given how she's so much better than Kelly, but hopefully this means that Kelly's stacked wins in the last couple weeks comes to mean that Kelly will lose the championship to Beth Phoenix at Night of Champions next Sunday. Usually that's what the formula is when people end up losing their titles. You know, they get so many wins and they end up losing the pay-per-view. So they go in strong. After that, we had Wade Barrett versus Sheamus in a match that I've been anticipating for a while now. These two have excellent chemistry given their size, given their power, given their personas. One's from England, one's from Ireland. Perfect chemistry right there, perfect feud. I was glad this went to a double countout a couple months ago, and tonight I went to a disqualification, which I was even more happy about because they can save this possibly for WrestleMania 28. So I was glad about that. Also, what was I going to say? These two, you know, as I just said, they have excellent chemistry. Oh, this is a very solid contest overall. Very, very solid. I would love to see more from these two, you know, in the coming months after maybe Sheamus is done with Christian and Randy Orton or Mark Henry or whoever he's going to be feuding with this fall. Hopefully moves into a feud with Wade Barrett come next year in early 2012 going to WrestleMania. But anyway, we had the Christian promo before then, you know, complaining how he wants more shot at the world title. Obviously he won't get it. Hopefully he doesn't as much as I want him to, but, you know, it's been burned out at this point. But, you know, his run-in in the match was logical given what happened after that. Before that, I mean, prior to that. When Sheamus runned him out of the ring. Ran out of the ring. Now that was kind of logical, but I came to forget about that during the awesome match that Barrett and Sheamus had. Sheamus overpowered two men once again. He did the same thing a couple weeks ago with Great Khali and Jinder Mahal, but he dominated Christian and Wade Barrett. I'm not sure how happy I am about that. I mean, Sheamus, yeah, sure, he's getting the momentum that he needs and to come off as a strong babyface. I just don't want him to be the next John Cena. Sheamus is cool, I just don't want him to become the next John Cena. Next Randy Orton or whatever. But chasing off Wade Barrett and Christian, those are two heels that really need momentum. Wade Barrett's come to lose that momentum after last week's 3-minute loss to John Cena. Christian needs a lot of momentum after losing the last couple months. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what to say there. Christian and Wade Barrett need to get back that momentum that they've lost in the last couple weeks, especially in this segment. Not too good of a way to end it. Maybe we can see Sheamus and Christian go at it a Night of Champions next week or something. Hopefully Night of Champions, they get him on the card. Maybe they'll have a promo or something, we'll see. After that, we have the WWE Tag Team Champions Air Boom, a.k.a. Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne, defeat the alliance of the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal. You know, a decent tag team match, same thing that we had on Monday Night's Raw. Jinder Mahal did most of the work here. I was pretty happy about that. He's the better worker of him and Khali, the alliance. Air Boom is really starting to impress me. They've had, I think, maybe 5 consecutive wins in the last month. Very excited to see them ripping up the tag team division and finally bring back some potential, and both appearing on both shows, you know, with promos and matches and such. Now on to the Jinder Mahal and Great Khali story. I was not happy that they split up last night. I mean, I'm not thrilled that they're tag team together, but they have a lot of chemistry, and Khali can kind of get over Mahal, even though Khali doesn't have a lot of heat, you know, since he was, I guess he got cheered by the babyfaces as a babyface. I don't know. I just don't want to see him become a face again. I mean, he's a monster heel. He should stay a monster heel. Jinder Mahal can really benefit from having Khali in this corner, even though he's been losing a lot lately. But Mahal can really benefit from having Khali in his corner and maybe becoming a solid tag team, maybe a WWE tag team title reign later this year or early 2012 or something. But having Khali turn on Mahal this early in the storyline really does nothing for me. I don't think anyone wants to see Khali turn back face at this point in the game. Then in the main event, we had World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton take on Cody Rhodes, the Intercontinental Champion, in a champion versus champion match that went 15 minutes long. This was obviously the match of the night, in my opinion. Just beat out Sheamus and Wade Barrett. These two have excellent chemistry, excellent history, a part of legacy. I mean, I was a little disappointed that Ted DiBiase didn't come running out, since he wasn't on TV last week. and he got turned on by Cody Rhodes 2 weeks ago. So they didn't even mention him, pretty much. Besides, they did show they showed the footage of him being turned on 2 weeks ago, but they didn't mention him on commentary or whatever. He didn't come out. I mean, he needs to start coming out on TV in order to get that face reaction that he needs if he is indeed turning face. But anyways, an awesome match. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes really ripped up the floor tonight. Hoping a future feud between the two, given, you know, both their psychotic natures. Obviously, it was pretty obvious that Randy Orton would win, but Cody Rhodes looked awesome in defeat with those last series of maneuvers that they hit. You know, with the beautiful disaster miss right into the RKO. That was pretty sick and pretty fun. And Mark Henry coming out, you know, that was pretty logical. But, you know, he looks like a beast, dominating Randy Orton week after week after week. Unfortunately, this doesn't mean Mark Henry is going to win the World Championship Night of Champions. I don't think he ever will. Hopefully, WWE realizes what Mark Henry has done for the company in the last 15 years and does indeed give him one more shot. Does indeed give him a run with the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe after Night of Champions, Hell in a Cell, whatever. I do want to see him as World Heavyweight Champion in the last months, but dominating the last couple weeks and staying strong, you know, week after week after week, kind of gives away that Randy Orton will pull out the upset victory and have the champions and retain the World Heavyweight Championship. So overall, pretty fun episode of SmackDown. I don't know, it's probably better than last week in my opinion. Some really good wrestling this week with Sheamus and Wade Barrett. World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Sin Cara and Tyson Kidd. Some really good wrestling. Overall, really fun episode. And hopefully next week they have a good go-home show going to Night of Champions. And have some good promos building to a potential Sheamus and Christian match, you know, whatever, Night of Champions. So that's pretty much it for this episode of WrestleRant. Again, as I said before, I'm not sure how regularly I will be posting, given that school's starting up again. But hopefully I will be able to post, you know, after school something, probably on Tuesday for Raw. Hopefully next Friday for Impact. I'm not really sure about that, given how busy Fridays are becoming for me. But, you know, overall, hopefully we can see a good future for WrestleRant. And make sure to subscribe, like, comment. You know, your feedback is always appreciated. I love your tweets and stuff. Speaking of tweets, make sure to follow me on Twitter at save_us_GSM. And to visit my personal website, nexterrawrestling.weebly.com for wrestling news, recaps, rumors, and more. So thanks for joining me, and also to check out my Bleacher Report profile for all my latest articles. I just recently, about an hour ago, wrote an article on my latest Bleacher Report series, WWE's Push to Punished. So make sure to check out that on the Curious Case of Ken Kennedy. That's in the links below. So thanks for joining me on WrestleRant edition number 13. I will see you in a couple days, hopefully for Monday Night Raw, and thank you for joining me. This is Bleacher Report featured columnist GSM signing out.